Hey, what is up YouTube? This is CyFrameNG and I am back at it here again at the Teen Timelord's YouTube channel, and I'm here to show you my Timelord Kaiju deck profile. Yes, you heard it correctly. I made this Timelord deck in 2 Kaijus with it, and I gotta say, it works out pretty well. The deck is pretty insane. I love this deck. If you guys watched some previous videos on the previous duels but I had with this deck, I had some wins, some losses, but I absolutely love this deck. I put and substitutes for some kaijus and everything like that, and I hope you guys will love it too. So let's get to the deck profile. I'm gonna show you the monsters first. So for the monsters, I play first a playset of Time Maidens. She's a good effect. She has one on the field and a grave. So her effective effect on the field is that if you control no monsters, you can special summon her from your hand to your field. And her effect is that you can tribute her to grab a Timelord monster, add her from your deck to your hand. And then after that, her graveyard effect too. Her graveyard effect is pretty cool too. I love it. I absolutely love it. Her graveyard effect is just that if she's in your graveyard, you can banish her from your grave and special summon one Timelord monster from your deck with ignoring its summon condition. I absolutely love it. Alright, so now that we got Time Maiden out of the way, next I'm going to show you, I'm going to play another Timelords. I played 2 Matans. So keep in mind, all Timelord monsters, they can't be destroyed by battle or by card effect. You don't take damage involving in them. So with these 2 Matans, so I'm gonna explain later on, but the reason why I play 2 is because I have a lot of monsters in here. I don't have any traps. I play mostly a lot of monsters and spells, but I'll get to that later. So I played 2 Matans because his effect is good. So let's say that your opponent, he has like 4 or 5 monsters on board, you know, because obviously the links, you're going crazy with it and everything like that. His effect is that if it battled, and after it battled, if this card battled, you can just shuffle back, well, not shuffle back, I apologize, return all monsters that your opponent controls, and if they do, they take 300 for each returned. Alright, so we got that out of the way. Next, I'm going to play 2 Xeophions. So her effect is that, like I said, all Timelord monsters can be destroyed by battle by card effect, nothing involved in them. Her effect is that if she battled, you just shuffle back your opponent's back row into the deck. And also, if you guys don't know, her effect is that if she's sent from the field to the grave, I can draw 1 card. I'll show you later on why I play her, and I play 2 of her. Next, I play 2 Camions. Same effect, all Timelords, but then his effect is that if it battled, I can just choose 1 card your opponent controls, shuffle it back into the deck, and after that, they take 500. And also, they cannot respond to anything while its effect is used. Alright, so, I play 2 Sadion, the Timelord. He's a 4,000 beast stick and a 4,000 defense, and also if it battled, oh right, nothing involved in him. You don't take any damage from him. So, but if it battled, your opponent would just take 2,000 2,000 inflicting damage. That's it. Let's see. Next, I play 2 Sandai, the Timelords. So its effect is just that if my life points are less than 4,000, I can make my life points to 4,000. So I mean, it's not bad as you think. It does help me out a lot. That's why I play 2. I wouldn't go play 3. Obviously, you'd be crazy enough to play 3. So that's why I stick at my 2. And like I said, I had a lot of monsters, so I played 2. Next, I played 2 Halion, the Timelords. Its effect for Halion is that if your life points are less than your opponent, so let's say that your opponent's life points was at 75, and let's say that your life points was at 1,000. If this card battled, your opponent's life points would be exactly like yours. So both of your life points, your opponent and yourself, would have 1,000. And this is one of my favorite Timelord monsters. Michion the Timelord. This is an absolute must. You know, I play 2, like I said. His effect is just that if it battled, you know, you have your opponent's life points. That's one of my favorite Timelords, so I play in my 2. And my other favorite Timelord I play is 2 Raphions. Its effect is just that if it bow to one of your opponent's strongest monster, let's say they attack into an ancient gear, the fusion monster that has a 45 beat stick. Let's say that the Raffion attacked into the 45 beat stick one. If it battled into that 45 beat stick monster, your opponent takes the 45 attack point damage. Not attack point damage, but they take 4,500 damage. Alright, so that's it for Timelord so far. I'm gonna move on to Kaijus. So for the Kaijus, I run 2 Jinzuriki, the Star Destroying Kaiju, 1 Thunder King, mostly because these 2 are 33 beat sticks. I'm gonna show you later on why. I run 1 Daggeron, 1 of the Moth Kaiju, 1 String Kaiju, and I run 2 Gamma Seals. That's the only thing I run for Kaiju so far. But this deck, it works really well. I don't even deck out too, because everything here, oh right, I forgot to mention, so during your standby phase for all Time Lords, so when it's back to your turn, they get shuffled back into the deck. So it's basically a recycle. It helps you out a lot. You don't deck out, so that way you can just screw around with your opponent. Okay, so for the last other 2 monsters, I played 2 Cardies. Surprisingly, I thought I was running 3, but 2 kind of helps me out a lot, so that's why I played him at 2. And for last but not least, for monsters, I play a play set of Sword Scarecrow. Obviously, this is a must. You know, let's say that you had nothing on the field and you have Sword Scarecrow on hand. It does help me a lot too, and so if my opponents would try to go for game for me, Sword Scarecrow helps me out. I thought about Battle Vader, but then I was afraid that my opponent, you know, obviously Battle Vader, you just special summon it from your hand, and then later on in the end phase, if it was special summon this way, it gets banished. I'm just afraid that my opponent, they would have like an effect that does piercing damage, like Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon. Obviously, it does piercing damage. So, yeah, that's why I play 3 Scarecrows. All right, so that's it for monsters. I'm gonna move on to spells real quick. Apologies, this is just a little messy. So I'm gonna put the monsters on the side. Next, I'm gonna move on to spells. So for spells, I run a play set of Kaiju Slumber. So obviously you guys should know it. If you guys don't know it, it just says destroy as many monsters on the field as possible. And if you do, you special summon 1 Kaiju on your field, and you special summon 1 Kaiju on your opponent's field. So I play a playset of that. Next, I run 3 Pod Dualities. You're not really gonna special summon much of anything unless you use the Time Man's effect. But the reason why I run 3 is just because I want to see what I have, add it to my hand, and all timer monsters. If I don't control any other monsters, or if I just control no monsters in general, apologies, I could just normal summon it without tripping. So Pod Duality, you can't special summon, obviously, after you activate its effect. But all timer monsters, you know, if you control no monsters, you just normal summon it without tripping. So that's why I run 3. Next, I play a playset of Twin Twisters. It helps me a lot. I mostly use Twin Twisters if I have Time Maiden at hand. That way, I can get rid of Time Maiden faster out of my hand and use Time Maiden's effect from my graveyard when it's my turn to special summon, ignoring summoning condition of a timer monster from the deck and special summon to the field, ignoring summoning condition. Next, I run a playset of Advanced Draw. Obviously, a lot of draw power. You're gonna need a lot of draw power in here, and so I run 3, and it's really easy. You just tribute a level 8 or higher monster. Shout out to Merlin Master, because Merlin, if it wasn't for Merlin Master, I wouldn't have known the combo. So shout outs to him. You know, I didn't know about it, but I'm gonna explain to you later on. Well, actually, I did, but then I have a lot of plays and combos with this. But for right now, I play Dark Hole, Rakeki, and 1 DPS. 1 DPS, obviously, you know, like draw power, it helps your opponents too. But then after that, you know, like you don't take damage, so that's like a stall right there. All right, so just give me 1 minute. I am going to right now power shuffle my deck, and I'm going to show you what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm power shuffling right now just to show you guys an example what I'm gonna draw and have at hand. So I think this is pretty good so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. I can do something with this. Obviously, activate Paul DeWaldy for the top 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I wouldn't choose Interrupting Kaiju Slumber because I already have one in my hand. It's either you can choose Michion or Time Maiden. So what I would do is mostly just stall. So I would grab Time Maiden from my deck, shuffle back Kaiju Slumber and Michion from the from Paul DeWaldy's effect by shuffling back to the deck. So this is what you have in your hand so far. I would set down Twin Twister and have these guys in my hand. I'm probably gonna just stall and place it down and just end my turn. You know, my opponent's gonna do something, yada yada yada. Let's say that they not activated, but they were set down 2 cards. You would use Twin Twister's effect, discard Time Maiden from hand, destroy 2. So Sedans will be on hand. Next is your turn. This is your hand. You draw and do another Time Maiden. Sedans effect. You just not tribute. It just returns back to your hand during your standby phase. So I shuffle back to the deck. Time Maiden's in the graveyard. Oh, my fault. So Time Maiden's in the graveyard. These guys are at your hand, and since you control no monsters, you can just special summon Time Maiden, and Time Maiden's effect kicks in. You just tribute her, search for a Timelord monster from the deck, and add it to your hand. Whenever I use this effect, I would always go into Michion the Timelord. Like I said, he's one of my favorite Timelord monsters, and I'm trying to like deal damage more into my opponent quicker. I'm trying to win the game quicker too, and he helps out a lot. He just he just halves your life points. Also, since you have Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, you know what's up with Michion the Timelord. Let's say that obviously you activate it. It's just to destroy all monsters, and also its effect is just that destroys many monsters in the field. Your Timelords can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects, so your Timelords are safe. But your opponent's monsters and everything like that, mostly monsters, are wiped out. And then after that, let's say let's say that you would bring out Jinzuruki. Am I pronouncing it right? And let's say your opponent would have Gamma Seal. So let's say that this is your let's say that just your field, this is your opponent's, they got rid of all the monsters and everything like that. And if you want to try to go for game, bring out Time Maiden's effect, obviously just banish it from the deck. No, sorry, from the grave, I apologize. And just special summon. I would always special summon out Raffian. So mostly this is my combo. My combo is that if I have either one of these guys, Time in the grave and Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, I would normal summon one Timelord monster first. After that, I would play Interrupting Kaiju Slumber, or probably on the second one using Time Maiden's effect from the graveyard. So yeah, this is my Timelord Kaiju deck. I've been testing this deck for a while now, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. If you guys love this video, please give this video a thumbs up. That'll be great. If you have any concerns, any comments, or anything that you want to say or change it up a little bit, just comment down in the comments below. We'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Great. Like I said, like and subscribe to Teen Time Runners, and we'll get back to you all later.